So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today I just kinda want to talk about the new update now that I've had some time to play it. However, first, I kinda want to talk about a poll that I did in my community tab. So I asked you guys, how do you fancy the new Warframe update now that you've had some time to play it, and the options you guys had to vote were awesome, just okay, meh, don't care, not good, and awful. All in all, almost 3,000 people voted in this poll, which is quite cool, and 40% voted that it was just okay, 29% voted that it was awesome, 26% voted meh, don't care, 3% voted that it was awful, and 2% voted that it was not good. This, first of all, kind of sums up my feeling about the update overall, right? It's not the most amazing update there ever was, but it's not bad, it's pretty good, it's not too shabby. And secondly, it's quite a contrast to what I've seen on the forums for the first few days, where basically every post about the new update was essentially just update bad. Please no. It's basically the difference between people being offered to participate in something like a poll and them getting angry enough to go gobbling out on the forums. However, don't make the mistake of dismissing forum complaints altogether, because the main point that they were arguing is something that I actually kind of agree with, and it's that in the Corpus missions anyway, the Roadjack just kind of feels like a taxi at the moment. Especially if you have a pilot, which is why I no longer run a pilot, so that I can at least fly the Roadjack for a little bit here and there. Because yeah, if you have a pilot, a gunner, and a beefy engineer, it might as well just be a taxi. And it's actually my main complaint as well. The Railjack just kind of doesn't matter in the Corpus missions after a certain point. Like when you get a full setup, you have some plating, a shield array, a couple of turrets, and you set up your plexus system and you have a crew. The Railjack is just there, and it will be there no matter what. Like the only thing that can happen is that sometimes your engineer might go down in some of the higher level missions if you're not paying attention or you're inside a ship and don't want to leave. Like even in the higher level missions where you have more objectives than in the low level ones where you're basically just flying around with the Railjack, all you're going to be doing is destroying 2 to 3 cruise ships and maybe firing your ordnance and some reactor points on a big ship. Now, I'm not saying that this is entirely bad. It is at the end of the day what we asked for, right? We wanted more Warframe in Railjack, but this feels like a bit of an overcorrection, so if they can dial it back a little bit and make the Railjack just a little bit more important with an extra objective here and there, I think that would be nice. I definitely like it more than the Grenier skirmish missions, but what I think it's missing, especially in some of the higher level missions, is a proper Railjack objective, right? Like defense. There's a ship passing through and we have to defend it, or we have to hack this vessel that's floating around and they want to hack it as well, so you have to go and defend it from the enemy ships, or something like that. Hell, give me a tractor beam and make me pick stuff up while I'm being attacked by normal ships. Just something I can do with the Railjack to make it feel important. I'm hoping they do something like that in the Call of the Tempestari, which is the next update, update 30, which is gonna add relics into Railjack as well, because that's by far the most common complaint. Even in the poll that I did, where most people voted that the update was pretty good, they were still complaining about the Railjack kind of feeling like a taxi in the Corpus missions. But you know what? Aside from that, I kind of love the new update. I love the crew because I'm mostly a solo player, so being able to have 3 additional crew members that just do their job, especially the engineer, oh my god, the engineer, is just awesome. The new Railjack weapons seem pretty cool. I've tested them for a little bit, but I'm gonna do some more thorough testing tomorrow, and I'll probably do a video about them as well. I like internal bleeding and hemorrhage. I kind of like the idea of those 2 mods, though they are extremely niche. They really don't work on that many weapons, unfortunately. I also need to test the new stance. That's something I will probably do on Friday, and then there's of course the Zephyr rework, which I haven't touched either, but from what I've heard, it's actually pretty damn nice. I'm also really glad that they brought back Orphix, because I kind of liked playing Orphix, so I don't mind playing a little bit more of it. And the new volatile, let's not call it a game mode, it's more of a game objective, is pretty cool too, I think. The one thing that did get old for me is the thing you're watching right now, which is hacking the ships, though that might be because I play solo primarily, so it's only me on the ship and I constantly have to run back and forth to take care of the drones, and it kind of gets annoying after a while. Especially if the drones constantly spawn on the other side of the ship. Then of course there is the plexus system, which is kind of like the modding system for the Railjack, which is far more intuitive for new people, but it's also just strictly better than what we've had before. Plus, if you play in a squad, it allows you to customize the Railjack a little bit even though you're not the one hosting, so you can specialize towards certain thing and you're not relying entirely on the host to provide all this stuff. So overall, I think this was a step in the right direction. It's not perfect. I would, for example, like to see more optional objectives like the freighters and the ice mines that you can find in every Corpus Proxima mission. Those are really cool, I think. Then I would like to see more railjack focused objectives like defense while you're in the railjack, not just on foot. And I would most definitely like to see fewer ship hacking objectives because doing 2 per mission gets old pretty fast. Also, this needs to be a thing, like every time they release an update. Oh my god. And I'm not talking about them compiling everything into one place because I'm pretty sure they do that already for every update, right? So they know what's happening, but letting us see it. Because it's the difference between seeing the same forum post and same YouTube video complaining about the same thing over and over and over again, feeling like it's ignored, and seeing it here, knowing that they are at least aware of it. It actually reminded me of something that I wanted to talk about and I completely forgot about it, which is liches on railjack are kind of useless. They are good defenders, they're really beefy, they're not gonna go down, but I think it would be much nicer if the liches spawned with some random stats so you could have like a hyper good gunner or a hyper good engineer if you got the right lich. It would give the lich system some longevity beyond just I got all the Kuva weapons, now I'm done. It would be a nice little bonus for people that like to run liches, right? And you wouldn't have to make them like absurdly overpowered. The normal crew is good enough as it is. Just make it so that liches can go up to 6 in engineering or gunnery and stuff like that. I don't know, I think that would be a fun thing to do. But anyway, that's I think enough blubbering for today. So overall, I think the update was good. There are some things that could be better, but in general, I'm pretty happy with it. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.